Welcome back into my office. Brian here with you, and let's take a look now at this early 19th century Atlas of the World. It's Wilkinson's General Atlas. It's in a period original quarter leather binding with marbled covers, and I'm going to show every map in this atlas to you. So if you're watching, you can either leave now before the show begins, or you can sit tight and look at each map as we flip through. You saw that beautiful engraved title page. Here is a list of the, it's funny, that's a typo. It says 58, but it's actually 48. That's an interesting typo. 1811, that's interesting. You see this a lot, where there's a discrepancy between the title page, which says 1809, and then, oh, this is the second edition, and then an index or some later leaf that shows it was reissued. It doesn't mean it's less valuable or more common or anything. It just is a different version of it. And so the map, the first one, is an 1808 imprint. And my hunch on these Wilkinson maps, which all have original hand color, is the majority of them have a one printing, the 1808, and that later title page is just merely the date that reflects when the atlas was reissued. This is interesting. There's two world maps. One is in spheres and one is a Mercator projection, like so. Then we get into Europe, followed by British Isles. You'll notice that there is some random staining. For instance, this is the worst map, this England map, that blue, and then it disappears and is now gone. So then we get on to Scotland, and we have a beautiful example of this, Ireland. Most of these maps individually today are fairly uncommon now. This atlas is an uncommon atlas, and maps from it they're not rare, but they are not common. This is interesting, the dismemberments of Poland there in the title. And this has got an imprint of 1809. Okay, and here is Poland, which is kind of nice. That's a very nice detailed map of Poland, and that's an 1808 imprint. And we get Prussia. Okay. Followed by Germany, followed by Upper Saxony, and of course Lower Saxony, Westphalia, and the Lower and Upper Rhine with Franconia, very detailed, Swabia, Bavaria, Austria, Bohemia and Moravia, Silesia, Hungary and Transylvania. Very beautiful original color here. Very, very nice color. The 7 united provinces, the Netherlands, so to speak. But this is the actual Netherlands at this time by name. Here's France, divided into governments. But this is interesting here. It says, as it was before the revolution of 90. And then here is divided into departments, including the dismemberments. And then we've got Spain and Portugal, Switzerland, Italy with Sicily, Kingdom of Sardinia. That's a nice one. Northeast part of Italy with this area around Venice there, and Istria, the Gulf of Venice. Here we have the church states, Tuscany, Toscana, and Umbria. Wonderful place to visit and spend time. Romagna, Bolognese, yes. Napoli and Sicilia here, and Turkey and Europe. And we've got Asia with New Holland down here. That's 1808. And Turkey and Asia. Yeah, with Syria and the Holy Land. Yeah, and Iraq right over here like so. Al Jazeera is named right here. Kurdistan here. Yeah, Turkomania there. And there's Hindustan, India. Yeah. Here is the southern part of Hindustan with Ceylon or Sri Lanka. Here we have China. It's a lovely map, very nice map. New South Wales and New Zealand. That's a great map with insets. Yeah, very nice map. We've got a nice map of Africa. And here we have mountains of the moon cutting across the interior. Interesting. Yeah, it's always fascinating to look in here and see all of the speculative and apocryphal and just made up geography. It's a very nice map of North America here. It's very interesting, worthy of some closer examination. Shows Spanish dominions, British possessions, Danish settlements. And here we have a very nice map indeed. Northwest Territory there. Yeah, Franklinia right here was a very brief transitional area that was not officially a state. I don't believe it was proposed. Never came to be, but maps that depict it are all desirable and scarce. Here are the West Indies. And I think finally we have South America. It retains just a blank like so. The joints are cracked, but the covers are still very firmly bound and attached. The front cover is, well, it's slightly loosened, perhaps really, but nothing, it's not about to pop off. The cords on early 19th century bindings like this tend to be very sturdy and durable. So overall, it is a very nice example of a scarce atlas, and it is available now online from me, Brian DiMambro.